A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your first officer. We're cruising at 40,000 feet running to the South African airspace, and we're looking at
A plane is cruising at 35,000 feet. Everything seems normal until the cockpit radios go silent. Then suddenly, fighter jets appear on the wing. The pilot freezes. They've just entered restricted airspace without clearance, and now it's not just an aviation error. It's a potential international incident. But here's the twist. This happens more often than you'd think. What really happens when a civilian or military aircraft enters a country's airspace without permission? Is it a crime? Is it war? And how do air traffic controllers, pilots, and even militaries respond? Today, we're going deep into the chaotic, high-stakes world of unauthorized airspace entry. You'll hear cockpit recordings, uncover shocking real cases, and learn what every pilot fears most. This isn't just about airspace. It's about rules, safety, and what happens when they break down at 600 miles per hour. Every country controls the airspace above its territory. It's like invisible national borders, but in the sky. Most of the time, aircraft file flight plans well in advance, get clearance from air traffic control, and follow a pre-approved route. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all airspace is equal. Some zones, like military bases, nuclear plants, or political zones, are designated as restricted, prohibited, or classified. If an aircraft enters without permission, it triggers a protocol that's been rehearsed like clockwork. And in some places, like North Korea, Israel, or the US, that protocol can escalate fast. Let's say a plane enters restricted airspace. First, civilian air traffic control tries to contact the aircraft. They'll call on multiple frequencies, repeatedly. If there's no response, or if the aircraft behaves suspiciously, they alert the military. Then comes the scramble. Fighter jets are deployed to intercept the intruder. It happens in minutes. Here's what nobody tells you. These intercepts aren't just visual. Pilots are trained to give signals. Wing waggles, hand gestures, even coded maneuvers to command the intruder to follow. If they don't comply, then the situation turns critical. Incident 1. Korean Airlines Flight 007. In 1983, a commercial 747 accidentally veered into Soviet airspace. Soviet radar tracked it for hours. Despite warnings, the plane kept flying and was ultimately shot down, killing all 269 on board. It was one of the most tragic and controversial airspace violations in history. Incident 2. Payne Stewart's Learjet. In 1999, golfer Payne Stewart's private jet lost cabin pressure. The crew became unresponsive. The plane kept flying, straight into restricted zones. Fighter jets were scrambled, but no one inside was awake. The aircraft eventually crashed after running out of fuel. It showed how quickly a non-hostile plane can become a national security threat. Incident 3. India-Pakistan, 2019. In a time of high tension, Indian and Pakistani jets both violated each other's airspace. Both sides scrambled fighters, missiles were launched, and one pilot was captured. A simple violation nearly triggered all-out war. So how do pilots avoid this? Flight planning is rigorous. Airlines and private pilots must follow ICAO rules. That's the International Civil Aviation Organization. Before every flight, pilots submit detailed plans, including route, altitude, timing, and contact info. But here's the part most people don't know. Airspace maps can change daily. Temporary flight restrictions, TFRs, can appear with zero notice. During natural disasters, political summits, or VIP travel. In some regions, even GPS jamming or radio blackouts can mislead a plane into restricted zones. That's why pilots are trained not just in flight, but in diplomacy. Because once a fighter jet is on your wing, it's about communication, not confrontation. When the military gets involved, it's no longer about aviation, it's about national security. Each country has a different protocol. Some allow immediate use of force, others follow a tiered response. Intercept, identify, escort, then warn. But make no mistake, if a plane is thought to be a threat, especially post 9/11, the decision to shoot it down can be made in minutes. Governments won't risk another attack, even if it turns out to be a lost tourist flight or a malfunctioning autopilot. This is the uncomfortable truth of aviation in a geopolitical world. If the plane is intercepted and escorted to safety, a full investigation begins. Was it a navigation error, a communication failure, or something more deliberate? The pilots may be detained, fined, or in extreme cases, arrested. In 2021, a Ryanair flight was forced to land in Belarus after a bomb hoax, just to arrest a journalist on board. It caused global outrage. So yes, even airspace violations can be weaponized for political gain. Airspace isn't just lines on a map. It's a nervous system, linking nations, economies, and lives. When a plane crosses the wrong line, it can trigger fear, diplomacy, or disaster, all within minutes. So the next time you board a flight and hear the captain say, cruising altitude 36,000 feet, remember, up there, invisible borders matter just as much as the visible ones down here. And sometimes crossing the wrong one changes everything. What would you do if you were a pilot and saw fighter jets on your wing? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy stories that blend aviation, danger, and human drama, subscribe. The next one might just blow your mind.